Happening now, a new animal cruelty registry may be coming soon. The bill goes to a vote tonight. Details coming up. Distracted driving taken to a whole new level. A domestic disturbance takes place on the move.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. Well, it's going to be another wet day today, and it'll be at least seasonably cool with below average temperatures, but early signs point to a big warm-up for next week. How warm? I'll talk about it coming up.
And a brand new business is looking to inspire change on the corner of 2nd and Windsor Streets. Join us with your comments in our new and noteworthy segment. That's News Now for Wednesday, April 25th, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works Studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And good Wednesday to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Gould. A live look at a pretty gloomy 3rd Street camera outside of our downtown studios. It's currently 49 degrees with overcast skies, but the Weather Center is hinting at a possible warm-up coming our way. Let's turn to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with the details. Dakota, you've been a messenger of good news lately. Keep it up.
Yes, we've got some warmer temperatures coming our way over the next 6 to 10 days and probably looking further out. I'll actually talk about that temperature outlook during the full weather segment pretty much a little later on during the show. But first, let's get to today and let's take a look at the radar, and you can see that there is a band of rain that is knocking on our back door, and we expect this rain to probably be here probably within the next hour or so. So if you walk out the door within the next hour, do not be surprised if you do get caught in a few rain showers as this band kind of comes on through from Erie, Pennsylvania. So now, since you know that, we'll time that out for you here on the computer modeling. This is the RPM model. You can see it has that band of rain out to our west. Then as we work throughout the day, the rain kind of moves in. Now again, as I said yesterday, it's going to be scattered in nature. It's going to be on again, off again rain. So it's not going to be an all-day rain, and you can see the rain kind of moves on out. But this model actually for tonight is trying to paint these little pink and blue blobs. That's a mixture and possibly some wet snow. Not out of the question, it could happen probably tonight, but again, no accumulation out of that at all. So the forecast for today, occasional rain showers throughout the day and patchy fog, and it will be cooler, 49 to 54. We should be in the 60s this time of the year, but it's seasonably chilly with a west wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll talk about that quick solution 7-day along with that big warm up for next week a little bit later on in the show, so stay tuned.
All right, Dakota, looking forward to it. Thank you. Tonight, county lawmakers will vote on an animal cruelty law that would create a registry for offenders similar to a sex offender registry. Now, last month, the legislature tabled the motion after language was added to clarify the bill. The law would create an online registry that would include the name of any convicted animal abuser. Ryan Hedrick recently sat down with the Humane Society's executive director, Kelly Roberts, who said there is more animal cruelty going on than anyone's aware of.
There are many perspectives on the animal cruelty case in which Robert Overton admitted to WNY News Now that he hanged a pit bull. But one prevailing thought in the whole scenario, pets should be protected. And on Wednesday, the county legislature will make sure, at least legally, that happens. Now, Kelly Roberts is the executive director of the Chautauqua County Humane Society. She thinks that people who abuse pets will do almost anything.
Those animal and human crime are related to a degree, and that, sometimes youngsters will start out with animals that work into people later in life.
George Barillo, county executive, has been very outspoken about this whole thing, even calling the act by Overton despicable.
There are a lot of people out there that are certainly working hard to help, animals everywhere in Chautauqua County, and we just said this is one more step, one more tool in the toolbox for us to do that.
Another woman we spoke to kind of spoke for the community, Mary Hemrick, and we talked to her on the day that we discovered the dog hanging from the tree. She said she can't even fathom the act that Overton is charged with.
Does it make you mad?
Very angry. I hope they catch him and that he is penalized so that something like this doesn't keep happening.
The overwhelming sentiment in the county is to pass the abuse animal registry. If enacted, it has to go to the Secretary of State to be finalized. I'm Ryan Hedrick, WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Ryan, thank you. Robert cited the difficulty in identifying the crime and is hoping that some of the cases they've seen recently will help bring the issue to the forefront. Federal prosecutors have announced guilty pleas in a massive drug trafficking case involving two Jamestown brothers. 33-year-old Matthew Jones and 31-year-old Bo Jones pleaded guilty to conspiracy to possession with intent to distribute and distribution of methamphetamine back on December 1st of 2016. Authorities said Matthew Jones received a shipment of 360 grams of methamphetamine via the United States mail and at his residence at 70 Colfax in the city of Jamestown. After the delivery, Bo Jones was arrested during a traffic stop by police, and the parcel containing the meth was found in the backseat of his car. Later in the day, his brother was arrested in a separate traffic stop. Sentencing is scheduled for July and August. A Falconer man faces multiple charges after an alleged domestic incident inside of a vehicle that traveled from the James Prendergast Library to Second Street and then in front of City Hall. That's all according to Jamestown Police. At around 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, 24-year-old Juan Acevedo of Falconer was charged by city police after he allegedly damaged his victim's windshield, threw hot coffee inside of her car, and then tried to take her cell phone away. Police said she had to swerve to avoid traffic and finally slammed on her brakes. Acevedo faces multiple charges. He was remanded to city jail pending arraignment. The town of Ellicott police assisted JPD in this case. And a Buffalo businessman said he will soon open a family-friendly, one-stop convenience store complete with a brand new kitchen, a parking lot with fresh pavement, and in an environment that patrons will feel safe. Abdullah Abrihama, owner of Pronto Store located on the corner of 2nd and Windsor Street, said the vision for the store on a piece of property left vacant after the No Place store closed last year has been an exhaustive 6 months effort.
We've been doing business with Sunoco for 25 years. My father has stores, and so we're very close with the broker. And he called us up. He said, I got a nice location for you. He really thinks the area's coming back. We're going to try to keep it clean for the community. No loitering allowed. We went in there knowing the stigma. Yeah, we talked about it, before we purchased anything. We had a location similar to this in Buffalo, and we cleaned it up. And with time and hard work, we could change it.
Pronto Mart will be complete in about 2 weeks. We'll have a more in-depth look at this shiny new store coming up. And on the other side, we're hearing from you. Let us know what you think about these stories and more. Plus, local comedian Jeremy Little joins us in studio. You see, he's hanging out in our green room right after this. Stay with us.
Where coverage comes first. You're watching WNY News Now.
The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, $16 for 16 days will get you in the door. Lose 4 pounds, your next month is on them. Try a green zone class and maximize your performance. Hot yoga, 24/7 access. Simply walk into Fitness Bunker in Lakewood right now on Summit Avenue. Make an investment in your health and wellness. Fitness Bunker in Lakewood. Find them on Facebook.
It's tax time, so get to Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown for all of your vehicle needs. Service, inspection, vehicle sales, they do it all. For all of your automotive, motorcycle, and ATV service needs, Express Bike and Auto even offers financing. Your true one-stop vehicle shop is Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. They're located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension next to Quick Fill. Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. Stop looking, start saving today.
And welcome back to News Now. It's time for our new and noteworthy segment, and we have a special guest joining us in studio today. Jeremy Little from Karate Sleepover is on deck. Good afternoon, Jeremy.
What's going on, guys? How are we doing?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for being here.
Of course, this feels familiar.
I know.
Right?
Only if they would know the magic in the pudding.
Right, absolutely. The magic pudding. That's a Bill Cosby quote, I think.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Man.
We could take that so many ways. So big show Saturday, huh?
Saturday, what are you guys doing? Doesn't matter. You're doing this. Saturday, April 28th, at the Spire Theater in Studio Metro, we have a fantastic stand-up comedy show coming up. We got Teal Weatherly, Dan Davis, Kip Reynolds, me, Jeremy Little, and Paul Clemente. It's hosted by Autumn Echo, local poet, super great gal. And then we've got a live band playing. Tickets are $10 at the door, $7 pre-sale. There's 2 tables left. As I'm saying this right now, that means nothing, because they could go right now as I'm saying this. You guys have a live audience,
there's
right?
one left.
There's one left.
There's a half a table left, I'm told.
There's half of a table left.
Half a table.
Oh man.
So get on that, you lonely couple who don't have couple friends. There's another lonely couple who's looking for you.
So what's the atmosphere going to be like? What do you guys expect?
We're trying to do from the beginning of comedy that's been happening here up until now. It's been a lot of open mic, just very kind of open environment. We've had a couple of shows, but nothing very comedy club-esque.
Right.
So we're trying to bring that energy to Studio Metro, kind of have it feel, there's going to be alcohol, drinks.
Alcohol's better. Comedy and alcohol go together like peanut butter and jelly.
I find most things in alcohol are just kind of like...
The drunker you are, the funnier it is, right?
Right, absolutely.
So is it easy to perform in a room full of people with altered states?
I don't know. I think we're all funny enough on our own with just telling jokes to sober people, but I don't know. I would be lying if I said I didn't think it helps.
Yeah, I think my buddy is a comedian. His name's Ryan Nazer. He performs in Frederick, Maryland, but he's performed at the DC Improv, and
sure.
He does New York City sometimes. And he tells me that it is a lot easier actually to perform in front of people that haven't had any drinks, so they warm up to you as they drink. They kind of
I don't want to do a show to a bunch of blackout drunks because then they're like, "What did you say?"
Right.
And then they always think that they have something to add that's funnier than the joke that you've been working on for 3 months.
So I think Justin would be a good stand-up comedian. What makes a good stand-up comedian?
I would say 2 things: glasses, and you work at a local news station.
Great.
Yes.
And you're wearing a tie right now.
Profile, baby. Profile.
What makes a good stand-up comedian? I think you have to be able to look at things. Not just black or white or gray, but all 3 simultaneously. You got to be able to look at things and go, that's a little bit weird. I don't really know. That's kind of a hard question to answer without making me sound like I've got some secret sauce to.
Is it a good ability? I mean, does it require ad-libbing skills? You have to be a good ad-libber?
Not necessarily. If you look at comedians like Bo Burnham or John Mulaney, these guys, Jerry Seinfeld, where they don't do a lot of riffing. It's very scripted. It's very structured. You don't have to be able to necessarily ad-lib. It's the thing where it's like, oh, my friend is so funny. You should just, in a group, he's great. He's so funny. You should do stand-up. I don't know. Maybe not. Because ad-libbing doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to tell a joke and do it on stage the right way.
Are you going to go?
But do comedy.
You want to go?
Yeah,
Justin?
it sounds really
Yeah, you guys should come.
Let's book that half table right now.
We could, you and I.
Also, every Thursday at the Labyrinth at 8 o'clock is an open mic. If you think you're that funny friend, if you want to try it, come on down. We love new people. It's a free-to-fail environment, but try and be good.
Free to fail. Awesome.
Yeah, it's free to fail.
Unlike the Showtime at the Apollo where they used to hook you off stage.
Yeah, with that old-timey shepherd's hook.
Awesome.
We do have one of those, but we just don't tell you about it beforehand.
Gotcha. Can we borrow that sometime?
Yeah.
We got a road forecast.
I was gonna say, is that about what's about to happen to me? Also, who was the first guy to do that, and what was wrong with the farmer that he knew? So why did he have that long of a hook?
Right.
What kind of sheep is like? He's like, is that a? All right.
Are you
like a telescopic sheep?
Are you a student of comedy? Do you study past comedians, or is it better just to kind of look forward and look at being the original you?
I don't really know. I mean, it's all some word that I'm looking for that I can't think of right now. Something that sounds like acquiescent, maybe, but that's probably not the word. It's just whatever you want it to be. I don't think there's no right way or wrong way to do comedy. If people are laughing, then people are laughing. The only wrong way to do it is to steal jokes. Don't do that.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people look back and they kind of take the old ideologies of how to structure a set and how to do stand-up, and that's fantastic. And then you have people like I mentioned, Bo Burnham, who does more of a art show. It's music, and it's a performance art show.
Right.
Are you excited for the National Comedy Center here in James?
Excitement, I don't even think is a word that can encapsulate what I'm feeling. What everyone in the comedy scene is feeling. We're all so just acquiescent. It's not the word.
What do you? What can it do for you? Like, why is the local comedy scene excited? Because from what we've been told, it's going to be more of a, customization to the consumers coming in the National Comedy Center to comedians of the past, whatever type of comedy or genre you like.
Sure, it feels like that, but I don't want to say that there's a comedy fan because everyone likes to laugh except for, I don't know, sociopaths.
Even then, they like to laugh sometimes.
Sure,
Just ask me.
they just on their terms. But no, I think that just the more comedy there is in an area, the more. This is going to sound stupid, but the more comedy there is, the more comedy there is.
Sure, sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And also, it's just going to bring people in who are like, say they bring in some big name to perform at the thing. Okay, you have all the people in the country who are like, oh, I want to go see that. Show gets over. What else is there to do in Jamestown? I'm here to see comedy. Why don't I go see more comedy? Oh, there's an open mic tomorrow?
Do you hope
Fantastic.
they create opportunities for local comedians to perform and to ultimately, use that stage as a platform to bigger and better things?
I mean, I don't just hope. I desire personally.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that they've got a great. The Coast Forecast is next, everybody.
Right.
They've got a great platform, and we're gonna hopefully be able to be a part of that.
All right, Jeremy Little, check out his show
This
on
Saturday,
at the Spire Theater Studio Metro.
April 28th, 7 to 9 o'clock. We'll see all of you there.
All right, Dakota's Forecast coming up.
If not, I'll kill your neighbor.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Hey, welcome back to News Now. Let's kick off this weather segment with the Sky Vision Camera Network. That is the camera that is in Lakewood, and you can see kind of the low fog out there as well. It's 52 degrees with a dew point of 50. Of course, when the temperature and the dew point are close together, that means you're going to have some fog, and the wind is calm, and they picked up 0.05 inches of rain so far today since midnight. On Doppler vision, there you see this is the next band of rain that's going to be coming in, and as we zoom the radar out, you can see that, as I've been talking about, it's not going to be a steady rain all day. As this band comes on through, we're probably going to have a break in the rain coverage today, but don't count on any sunshine. The clouds are going to be socked in all day. The rain is responsible of this little guy, this little low pressure system that's spinning near the Great Lakes right now. This is what's bringing us all that rain, and it looks like it'll continue throughout the day in pockets. So I'm going to take you up here to about 9 o'clock tonight. You can see at that time the rain will be scattered tonight, and then it'll continue throughout the night in pockets. It's not going to be steady state again. It's going to continue in pockets, and then the rain will continue for the morning hours tomorrow. I think, again, it's going to be a scattered, pocketed rain event. There's going to be pockets of it, very light, and then as we go throughout the day into the afternoon, the rain clears out and we see partial sunshine. How about that? The sun comes back in partial form for tomorrow. So for the zones tomorrow, for the temperatures at least are going to be kind of moderating a little bit. You can see here, if you're near the immediate Lake Erie shoreline, upper 50s to lower, pretty much upper 40s to lower 50s. If you're inland, we're going to be spiking into the mid to upper 50s as well. Once you work eastward, pretty much, eastward into Cattaraugus County, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s at that point as well. Wet, but at least it will dry out for the afternoon hours. And this is the temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. There are signs that we start May warmer than average. We're talking 70s and a possible 80. It's in the cards, but don't write that in stone just yet. Here comes the next 7 days of your life that are brought to you by Quick Solutions, and we go back into the 60s for Friday 62 with a few of those leftover rain showers, but then the rain will continue into Saturday, but then we start to dry out for the second half of the weekend, and 75 Tuesday. Oh boy, it's feeling like summer, and it looks like that warm-up will continue. Yes, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
And welcome back to News Now. It is new and noteworthy. Justin Gould, Ryan Hedrick, and Dakota Hunter hanging out here, guys. Today's Wednesday.
What does that mean, hump day?
Hump day!
Hump day!
Like the weekend is almost coming. And I'm not talking about the band.
Right? Wasn't that... Okay, yeah, the weekend's like one person, right?
I think it's a group, isn't it?
No, the weekend's like one dude, isn't he?
Oh, it's one dude?
Yeah.
Andy says it's one dude.
Yeah, it's one guy.
I trust my producer over everybody else.
One dude, yeah. He sings a lot of good stuff. But anyway, we have I'm sorry, I'm caught off guard about something that we're learning.
All right, so can I explain? In news, sometimes as a news reporter, not to be rude, but you will get something on your phone that pops up, and you can't let it go because it's such a good story. Like, we can't even talk about it. Ryan told me, but I'm going to honor the news plaque that we put up, the shield, so to speak, because we can't talk about the story.
We can't talk
until
about
it's
it,
ready.
because we don't know that much
and
about
it's not
it.
ready.
It's still developing.
But just so you know, WNYNewsNow.com, later today or even tomorrow, depending on, we're putting pieces together on a story, and once we do, we'll have
And so are they.
And so are they,
Yeah,
right. The department that we're getting this from.
Right,
so we're going to go away from that. But anyways, that's how news works. Is sometimes you get a message on your phone and you can't stop looking at it.
Keep stuff together. I wish I could do. I wish I was like the
multiple people.
No, I wish I was the Facebook reporter that people say it was. You know, I was in 7-Eleven the other day, and some of the ladies like, "No, that's the Facebook reporter." I said, "No, it's the reporter with a Facebook page."
Right.
It's kind of insulting.
Right. This
isn't
Facebook news.
No, it's kind of insulting. I mean, it's
unless Facebook wants to pay us for this.
Facebook is a platform that we use. It's the main feeder page.
We're a news reporter.
Right.
Right. We're a news gathering and dissemination website.
I mean, if you knew what went into filming a story, producing a story,
there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. But
We're
enough
not
about us.
Hey, listen, I want to bring something to the forefront. I'm not going to name the agency. I think Justin knows what I'm going to say. I do want to say this. We have a massive child abuse problem in this area. And I don't care about other areas. Let's keep it right here. Let's keep our attention to our community, right? Because that's how we've gotten out of hand, kind of. So we have a massive child abuse problem in this area that you, the taxpayer, if you're not beating your child, you're paying into defense of people that beat their child.
Right, police.
So I've reached out to a particular agency to raise awareness about this and simply just want to raise awareness. Now, whatever they think I know, I don't know until now, which I'll report in a minute. But all I wanted to do was help. All I wanted to do was raise awareness for the next child that won't be breathing tomorrow because their father or their mother hit them too hard. That's all. I think about Nayla Hodnett, how my heart broke and how, it coincided with the birth of my son and how I was so grateful that he wasn't born to abusive parents. Now, I digress. I say that because I've reached out to this agency for 2 months now and wanted to speak to the executive director. And I want comments on this. Tell me if you think this is asinine. So the lady told me, quote, "We don't have time for you." I responded by saying, "Why?" And she said, "Because we're just busy." Busy? Well, so are the police. The police are busy.
I'm busy.
With child abuse cases. The police are probably sick of responding to people that continuously beat their child. Now, here's this same agency, according to my source, called law enforcement in 2 years ago to ask law enforcement to get a vote of no confidence on their executive director because she was guilty of gross negligence. What is gross negligence? Well, it's creating a hostile work environment, it's stealing funds, it's not cooperating with law enforcement when they come in to do their job because, this agency used to share a building with the DA's office. The DA's office is actually the DA's office helps fund this agency, which may now lead you back to why they didn't want to talk to me.
Right.
You see, here's what happens.
Right, because they don't like us because we put pressure on the DA.
Correct. Here's what happens when one dude with an ego so large who thinks he's a lot more talented than he actually is gets in the way of justice. And I'll tell you this, our community, our children deserve justice. Our community does not deserve an agency that will pick one media entity or another to talk to at their convenience. They're holding a dinner soon. We could have helped them promote the dinner. We could have done a Facebook Live from this specific entity until they raised all the money they needed. But because
like
of the
telethon almost.
Correct. But because of the ego, all we want to do is raise awareness for our kids. What's more important than them?
And I think, Rye, a lot of people, see our reporting and see how, I'm going to be blunt, how tough we are. We are pretty cut and dry. We will stick a mic in your face and ask you questions that are really hard to answer.
But wait a minute. If I've been doing so long for so...
But that is the true media's job,
Sure.
not a entity that, we could soft code everything for you if you wanted us to.
Right.
I guess. But personally, I wouldn't agree with that. And our morals of journalism, true news reporting is to report the event, the subject matter without any sort of bias or interference. And sometimes it's gonna turn out like if you're a bad guy or people perceive you as that, you're gonna look like that. And I'm not saying, we're talking about D.A. Patrick Swanson.
Right.
That's who the...
Well, his office used to share...
Right, an office.
Right.
Whatever. And we don't know that to be true or not.
Oh, we do know that. It's on their website.
You know that.
Oh,
you know that they shared offices, but we don't know that Swanson's the one who made the...
No, we
cap
don't
not
know.
talk to you.
We don't know.
Right, we have to be clear
Correct,
on that.
yes.
But here's the thing. No matter what you are, whether you're a politician or a person on the street, we're going to interview you with the same context and might that we would anyone else. Because that's what journalism is about, the blind eye, so to speak. They say that the Lady Liberty is blind and deaf. Well, yeah. And that's what this whole program, our whole everything is supposed to be on.
And this person actually told me that we're holding a promotional event. You know what I told her? I said, child abuse is a daily occurrence.
Right.
It's not a promotional event.
Right. Why not do an interview with us? Come on, let's talk about your organization, your group. But if they don't want one, we can't force them to do anything.
Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about the gross incompetence of your last executive director. That's the
All right,
ego.
we got to go to Chief
That's the ego
Forecaster
part.
Dakota Hunter with a final look at our weather. And you have good news. You have 80 degrees possible. Is that voodoo country?
Voodoo country, but possible. Let's take a look at that quick solution 7-day one more time.
Okay, I don't see 80 on there.
Yeah, no, but you will see that temperatures are kind of going up and down. It's a roller coaster ride, but at least they will be at least seasonable. That's the good news. Tuesday, we go to 75, and again, looking beyond the 7-day forecast, which is voodoo country, there is signs on the 2 prime global computer models. We go into the upper 70s and a possible 80 sometime next week. It is a big if at this point, but of course, we will keep you updated right here, and of course, on the web right here.
Did you see the look at his eyes when I said that? He's like, don't say that.
He loves it. He loves it, man.
Sorry, Dakota. Hey, you know what? It's good. I'll take 75, my brother.
I will
Thank you
too.
so much. That's it for us today.
Sunny
We
75.
are back tomorrow. Ryan playing with his phone.
Ay, ay, ay.
Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.